Not a lot of houses on the market right now. So the more ready you are, you will be in that competing market. You want to make sure you have the best looking house on the market. And then it would be my job to see what's around you and make sure I bring you the information so you have the best looking house on the market. This is Evelyn and Sapphire, and we are two agents in Virginia Beach, and we're talking about how the market is shifting. Sapphire, you know this market is shifting,
Girl.
and you have a lot of buyers. Let's give them some good information on what a buyer should do to prepare for searching for a home. What do you suggest?
So we know that we're shifting, first of all, because houses are starting to sit on the market, which is a good thing for a buyer who has to pay now a 7% interest rate. So because we're at a 7% interest rate, dealing with the same market that we had before, now you got to pay over asking price. You got to waive inspections and plus pay a mortgage payment. But now you don't have to do that. Now we're seeing where the sellers are paying closing costs. The sellers are offering warranties again. You're not having to waive inspections, not going over asking pricing. You sure as heck don't have to wait in a line to see a property anymore, which is a good thing for a buyer. But yet we see buyers that are scared to purchase right now because of the rates are 7%. So what we're trying to do is educate them as much as possible. There's still grant programs out there to assist the buyer with closing costs, down payment assistance. Different cities have different things to offer a new buyer, you know? So even though the rate is 7% and you may not have all the funds you need, or you may be approved for less, understand that even though you're approved for less, you don't have to fight for a property. So
that's important.
Right, because you don't have to pay 10, 20, 30,000 over asking just to get a property. Now you can be at ease, say, hey, look, I know you want 305 and I'm going to give you 300, but can you please pay my closing costs? You know what I mean?
So negotiations are opening up for sure.
Absolutely. And when you talk to a buyer, you want to let them know, like, this is the time. Like, how do you tell them, like, being that you work mostly with sellers, like, what do you tell them?
And obviously, I specialize more in sellers, and I have advice for sellers right now. Have your house ready for the market. Have it ready. It's not a lot of houses on the market right now. So the more ready you are, you will be in that competing market. You want to make sure you have the best looking house on the market. And then it would be my job to see what's around you and make sure I bring you the information so you have the best looking house on the market. And quite honestly, quite often, I try to advise the sellers to get an inspection up front. Know what you're working with. We in this area where a termite inspection is very important. Know what's under your house. You have to put yourself in a position to compete.
Yes.
We have less buyers out there. So if it's less buyers out there, you want to deliver the best product.
First time,
get the most amount of people looking at your house as possible. And these are just a few tips that we have. And for a buyer, be prepared to buy.
Yes.
Get pre-qualified first and then go looking for a house. It's crazy how many people just call an agent and say, I want to see this house.
Right.
Well, I think it's a lot more planned if you know what you're looking for, know what city you want to buy in, but get pre-approved so you know exactly what you can afford. And once you have those factors, it's a lot easier to go searching for a home.
Yes.
And
payment calculations.
Yes, of course. And another misconception is calling the agent and saying, hey, I want to go see 1 Main Street. There's a process. It could be someone living there. It could not be someone living there, but there's a process. We have to talk to the other agent, get an appointment, and schedule that showing for you. So these are just some great tips for if you're looking for a home. It's a good time to buy a house, period.
Right.
I know rates are up. You will have the opportunity to refinance later, but the competition and the nonsense of all the overpricing is gone. So please give us a call. My name is Evelyn James, and I can be reached at 757-822-4033. And this is Saphire.
Hey, Saphire Nolan Barnett, and I can be reached at 757-359-0612.
And I hope these tips really help you. And we look forward to seeing you at the next podcast.
Bye.